Hi there. Welcome. This is Vince of vinceprep.com talking about my recent visit to Cornell Johnson MBA program in Ithaca, New York. We visited Cornell as part of the Association of International Graduate Admissions Consultants 2014 conference. I had one pleasant surprise, two friendly reminders, and one wait-and-see recommendation when it comes to Cornell Johnson two-year MBA in Ithaca. The first thing is a pleasant surprise. Actually, it's not the two-year MBA program, it's the one-year MBA program. I had stopped focusing on Cornell in my blog because of a couple things that happened. 2 years in a row, I had a client in their late 20s or early 30s. One was a man, one was a woman, two different countries, two different industries, but both were told after having applied to the two-year program to please consider the one-year program. It was a bit vague and it was really confusing, and I wasn't that happy about it. I wanted more clarity. I never want to give bad advice, and so I wish I had known who the one-year program is for. I wanted them to clarify it, and they have finally done that. Now the one-year program has its own application, and it's clearly stated that for someone who is trying to change their career, either to a different industry or a different function, the two-year MBA program is better than the one-year MBA program. The one-year MBA program is great if you are trying to move up in your career rather than changing your career. You're just trying to get advanced, accelerate your current track of your career. So finally, they've really clarified it, and now I can recommend, based on someone's background, whether they should apply to the two-year program or the one-year program or neither in the case of Cornell. There's a couple of great reasons to apply to Cornell Johnson. Two programs that I think really stand out, and these were the two programs they highlighted during our visit. One is the Parker Center. The Parker Center gives you a chance to operate an actual fund and get experience as a buy-side asset manager, which is great experience. They have a great alumni network with companies like Fidelity and others who hire MBAs to do this exact job. It's a clever thing that Cornell set up years ago to minimize the negative impact of their location versus, say, Columbia or NYU, or even a school in Boston, Harvard or MIT. If you're trying to get into this field, you can stay in Ithaca and have real hands-on experience playing with real money while you network and get involved in conferences to focus on the industry where you're trying to go. So the lack of daily contact or internships or company visits or informational interviews that are harder to do from Ithaca, they're trying to counter that by giving you this Parker Center and giving you real money to invest. I say unique ? Because I haven't had the time to do my due diligence to follow up on their claim, which is that there is no other program quite like it at any of the other top MBA programs. I have to take them for their word on it, but you shouldn't. You should look into it further and make sure. But make sure you check out Parker Center if you're trying to get into asset management, especially on the buy side, post-MBA. It is a great resource and definitely takes away any minimizes or helps mitigate any negative factors of being in Ithaca as opposed to a big city for your MBA. The second program that is truly unique, well, it's not truly unique anymore, but it's truly, I feel, truly number one for good reason, is the sustainability MBA concentration that Cornell offers. These are the people who started the program at UNC and sort of put UNC on the map as a school focused on sustainability within an MBA program. Those professors and program directors have now been in Cornell for a while, and they've really created leading research, very good placement results in things like Acumen Fund, etc. So if you're serious about sustainability, don't forget to check out Cornell Johnson two-year MBA program. Consider adding it to your list if you haven't already done so, if that's your focus for your MBA. Takeaways and short-term goals or long-term goals. Finally, my last piece of advice regarding Cornell is as far as the 1 year, I really wanted to like the Tech MBA program that they're doing in Manhattan. As a Stanford alum, I was a little bit disappointed, but not really surprised that Stanford was vying for this initiative that Mayor Bloomberg had, which was to have like a new university on Roosevelt Island. He was offering space. It's a very clever idea, very bold initiative. Stanford was in the running. It was in the finals, but not surprisingly, the final offer went to Cornell, which is the only land-grant university in the state of New York, and it's historically a New York school. So it would have been fun for Stanford to have a New York campus, but I think Cornell kind of needs it more, and pardon me for saying that, but I think it gives Cornell a huge advantage. And it could be a real game changer for their MBA program, but it's not ready. It just doesn't feel ready. Still feels like a startup. They're not quite clear on things. They don't have their mission or vision. Apologies if admissions officers are watching this and you want to counter me, and I'd love to interview you about the Tech MBA in Manhattan. If you want to tell me I'm wrong, great. But my sense of it was just that it's not quite there. So if you really want a 1 year program and you fit the criteria and you really want to be in Manhattan and you don't mind the fact that you're joining essentially a startup MBA program that doesn't have career stuff set up and obviously doesn't have an alumni program, they just finished their first class. I would think that by 2017, when they're on Roosevelt Island in their own building with their own procedures and they've figured out all the, it's a new program. There's a lot to be done. So know that it's out there. If you're just starting to think about applying to MBA in a couple of years, it's one to watch. If you need to start your MBA in 2015, I think it's perfect for a pretty narrow type of person. But as always, figure it out for yourself. Let me know if you need anything. Thanks for watching. If you want to be the first to be updated about new videos when I upload them, please subscribe. Click on the subscribe link. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. All it does is it allows me to send out, it sends out for me updates when new videos are uploaded. That's what subscribing does for you. Thanks for watching. Best of luck with your applications. Bye for now.